your Broadway buddy, Ben Cameron, here to welcome you back to Broadway World's Next On Stage Dance Edition, sponsored by LaDuca Shoes. I'm very excited because you're in for a really special treat tonight. Not only are we about to reveal our top 10 high school dancers, but they will all be dancing to original music from the second season of Apple TV Plus's Central Park. And if you haven't seen Central Park, it's hilarious. I am so excited about this theme, I could lose my mind. Central Park is an animated musical series that stars so many of your favorite Broadway veterans like Titus Burgess, Daveed Diggs, Josh Gad, Emmy Raver Lapman, just to name a few. And some of the musicians who have composed music for the show include Sarah Bareilles, Cyndi Lauper, John Cameron Mitchell, Darren Criss, Tank and the Bangas, Alan Menken, heard of him, and Glenn Slater. The list goes on and on and on. When our kiddos are done dancing their hearts out tonight, you can head over to Apple TV Plus to stream both seasons of Central Park today. Do it today. All right, let's get in to this week's performances. Last week, we introduced you to our fabulous top 15 contestants for the high school and college age group. Since then, you have gone back in and you have voted, and now we're going to reveal our high school top 10. They received the most votes in our most recent round of voting, which opened on Monday, July 26th, and closed last night at midnight. You voted them through, but now they have the opportunity to receive invaluable feedback from our starry judging panel, some of the very best in the biz. We'll also be looking at some people who almost made it into our top 10, our awesome almosts. Our judges are going to have a chance to review them and push one of them forward into the top 10 and remain in the competition as well. So the stakes could not be higher, my friends. And how will we get through it? I'm going to tell you. We're going to get through it guided by our fabulous Broadway judging panel. Give it up for the man, the myth, the legend, the Gucci of shoes, Phil LaDuca.
A legend in his own mind. Here we are.
A legend in a living legend, really, is what we've got going on here.
Thank you, Ben.
We're so happy to be back with you and have LaDuca sponsoring our season again, because one of our winners is going to take home LaDuca Shoes. There she is. That's Alexis, my friends. What are you looking forward to tonight, Phil?
I want to see what people have brought to the table after the critiques that we gave last week, because there's one thing to present and perform, but as a production and a director choreographer, you always look for who takes the notes and does something with them, rather than just say, well, I'm going to get by on my talent or my looks or whatever. We want to see who's out there listening. So I'm very curious to see, because they were excellent last week.
They were excellent last week, and you're absolutely right about that. It's the dance captain mantra, just take the note. Also on our judging panel, Broadway veterans, superstars, triple threats, from Chicago, just from every Broadway show you've ever seen. Tyler Haynes and Dilise Croman are here with us.
Hey, friends, I would die.
What's up? Hey guys.
You guys are old friends, yes, Tyler and Dilise, and you are two of the very most loved and most talented triple threats in the biz. What are you looking forward to tonight? Now that we have a theme in place.
Well, being a dance captain, having been a dance captain, I love the slogan, just take the note, because it's so important. When you have an outside eye looking at you, you really can trust that person to give you the right feedback, and just try the notes, see what happens. It might not fit, it might, but I look forward to seeing these wonderful dancers, give us a different side of themselves, hopefully taking some of the critiques we gave them from last week. And I believe I was the dance captain for you, Tyler.
I think you were. You put me into my first professional job as an adult. So.
Oh, Tyler, was she a mean captain or a nice captain?
Was terrible. I'm just kidding. She was the best.
I know you live.
I know you do. No, she was the best. I couldn't have asked for better guidance, and she was very specific and helped me not make a fool of myself, and she was kind, so that was great.
I think that's
Jake, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've always thought a mean dance captain is the best dance captain. I've been one as well, and All right, we have a special theme this week. My friends, the contestants have been challenged to use songs from the Apple TV Plus show Central Park. Are you excited to see what they put together for us?
Yes.
All right, for all of you watching at home, if you'd like to learn more about our remaining contestants, scan the QR code below to view Broadway World's Stage Mag, an interactive virtual program to help you get to know all of our next on-stage contestants. Look at that. That's a fun new thing. And you can learn all about our judges there as well. And good news, you can create a show program of your very own by visiting stagemag.broadwayworld.com. So I advise you to do so right after we meet this top 10. Let's jump right to it. I know that they're watching with bated breath, as are our judges. First up in the top 10, Maxwell Silverman. This week, they're dancing to Middle of It All, one of the songs from Central Park. This performance was self-choreographed. Judges, this is Maxwell.
Another day of living in the middle of it all. Hey, don't poop there.
Another journey uptown on the 6 from City Hall. Salami, huh? But buses leave with all the other boys and girls.
We go to the park to live among the squads.
We go to Central Park. It's the private place we share. It's normal that we live
Central Park, and I watch from over there. I'm, of course, your narrator, which is still your favorite part. Back in Central Park.
It's in the middle of the city.
Central Park.
Maxwell Silverman. I am going to very much enjoy this episode. I can tell. So you can recognize those voices. You know those voices that we're listening to. Tyler, I heard you exude some glee when you heard that.
Maxwell, you started off when you started off initially, just the first shot. I was like, all right, here we go. And I really like how you were given so many different characters in there with the different voices. You were, I saw your thoughts. I saw just different. I just saw your characterizations through them all, and I liked how you just gave us a totally different variety from last week. Only small critique I had, and you did it once, but I wanted you to use more of the pillars and stuff like that just to get lost. And you were exuding so much joy, and I loved it. And I loved the button at the end. The tiny little thing for me, I just wanted you to use your surroundings just a little more. But awesome job. Way to start off the week.
Great. Phil, I know you like it when they use the space as well.
Absolutely. The taking advantage of what you have and being in the moment, which is what theater is all about. We go into a dark space, whether it's a movie theater or a stage theater, and we lose that. We suspend ourselves, and what you do is pull us in. And you, as Tyler said, as soon as we saw your face, I just burst out in a big smile. Two things kept striking me, Maxwell, was that we talk about transitions all the time, and most of the time we see dancers go for the tricks all the time. And with you, your transitions are seamless. I don't see you setting up for a big pirouette or grand jeté. I don't see you revealing things until the right moment when the lyrics are apropos. The other thing that really struck me was how intelligent you are as a dancer, that you take not just the lyrics, but you take your abilities and your playfulness and your acting, and then you throw it on, which you really hit it further for me today, your technique. So you're really rocking, my man. Good job.
I like it. Tylise, do you like it too?
I loved it, Maxwell. I thought you took the critique of showing a different side of yourself this week. I loved both sides of you, and I know there's many, many more to see. I loved it. I thought, one little critique, technical critique, the pirouette that you did, the double pirouette, just like spot. I just wanted to see that. I wanted to see that cleaner and sharper with a better spot. Just a technical note, but overall, I thought you were fantastic. I felt your joy, your glee. I loved the ending, just like Tyler said, that Alicicone, and then just the presenting up. I felt like I was in the park with you. So thanks for bringing that joy, and wonderful job.
It's not much more we can ask for than joy.
That's
In
right.
the park, no less. It's in the middle. It's in the middle of the city. All right. Next up in our top 10, another self-choreographed piece. Here is Gabriella Daniels dancing to Trying Too Hard.
Gotta be unique, but gotta blend it. Hide my inner geek and keep pretending. Gotta keep them laughing, though I'm only halving. Gotta put a show until I know they like me. Gotta be aloof, make a good impression. Gotta hide the proof of my self-expression. Never be revealing, gotta be appealing. Suddenly I'm feeling like I'm getting so small. Breaking into little pieces, losing power, letting me go. Gotta do whatever pleases, till they let me in. So we try to be more than enough. Try to be strong and tough. Try to be something we're not. Try to be a different plot. Proving we're bold without causing a fuss. We're trying so hard to be us. We'll never be. Gotta be unique, but gotta blend it. Hide my inner geek and keep pretending. Gotta keep them laughing, though I'm only halving. Gotta put a show until I know they like me. Like me, not like me. But I know there's nobody like me. So we try to be more than enough. Try to be strong and tough. Try to be.
All right. Gabriella Daniels. Let's start with Jylese Croman. What are your thoughts for
All
Gabriella?
right, Gabriella. I love the song choice. I thought it was very timely and just I wish I could have seen your face more, because I felt like you were really expressing yourself beautifully. I just couldn't see your face. So just a note for next time, just make sure that your lighting and the camera is. It was a little grainy. I couldn't quite see you. So, but that being said, self-choreographed, correct? Ben,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so I thought the choreography was great. I wanted a little bit more from you as far as storytelling. I felt like it was held back a little bit, and I feel like you connect to this, with your heart. So I really want to see you express your story to us. And the Alicicone turns at the end, girl, were wonderful. So beautiful. I love the Alicicone to the floor. So technically, you had some beautiful moments in it. I just want to see you, if you're going to self-choreograph to something that means this much, I really want to see you show us more of you. And it might have just been because I couldn't see your face very well, but I think it was a combination of both. So I'm just encouraging you to go a little bit further with the storytelling.
Love
Great.
that. Tyler, what are your thoughts?
I agree with Jylese. I think part of the problem, and I think it's something for you to figure out, is also like, because I think you're filming this on your own, but it's like, how can I test some stuff out, test some lighting stuff out, figure this stuff out, because we've all had to kind of figure it out throughout the pandemic. And so it's like, how can I, light myself, or what's going to be the most beneficial way for me to show this, because we were just missing that. Your quality of movement is great. I really like the choreography. For me, I think it's dynamics. I think you need to focus on the dynamics and find areas to kind of throw some things away. Also, the in-between steps, the transition steps, those are opportunities. Don't just brush over those. I feel like for me, I just wanted a little more release in the upper body throughout. I felt from like here down, I was like totally getting it, but then I just wanted this to release in your head and all this stuff. And that stuff we can see whether you're far or you're close, because it's the whole body that you're engaging in this. So I would say moving forward, just really focus on those things. But great work. And stretch your feet. Make sure you're stretching through your feet. That's all. Ben, your mic is off.
My mic was off because my phone was ringing. Didn't want to hear it. Phil, yes, point your feet, which you can do in a fresh pair of LaDucas.
Gabrielle, you are a lovely dancer. We see that from the very beginning. Of course, what Dilise and Tyler are saying, I jump right on that wagon and actually am ringing the bell louder, because we want more from you. I felt that you concentrated too much on dance steps and not storytelling. And especially, as Dilise was saying, we couldn't see your face, so I felt a disconnect. I couldn't relate to you other than a beautiful dancer doing a concert piece, which is lovely, but it's not as in the realm of where we're going. We want to see you take a piece of music and internalize it and make us see what it does to you as a character and how it affects you. And I think you need to take that and look at it more as opposed to how can I do as great dance steps in there. They're wonderful to be in there, but I'd rather see the character come through and the storytelling, and we miss your face very much.
I like that a lot. And you know, I'm hearing myself like, what better way to put character in than with these songs from a crew? This is the time to do it. All right. Dancer in our top 10 is Lily Lindstrom. This week she's dancing Come Into the Darkness. Lily choreographed this one herself, so let's give it a watch. Lily Lindstrom bringing the drama, bringing the rock and roll. What do you think, Phil?
I love rock and roll into it. I kept thinking Rocky Horror Show, and that's where I wanted you to push it even more. I felt that you have such this ball of energy that just bounces. You just bounce from place to place. And if you go back and you look at shows like Rocky Horror Show or Rock of Ages, when you Dance of the Vampires, those kinds of shows that really rely on rock music. Hey, sorry, Tyler. That you look to see that the choreography is again character driven, and I'm going to keep saying it. It's character driven, and you don't. It's like watching people in a club dance. You don't see someone doing fouettes. They may be doing it, but they're doing it in that character. And so I think go further with your characterization in that vein of making it when you dance solo, you dance unlike anybody else. So don't dance like you're in the chorus. Dance like a soloist who's got something totally different to say than the rest of the chorus, because I see it in you. You are just a little spark.
I love that. Tyler, Let's talk about Dance of the Vampires.
Let's talk about it. I think
Were you on Dance of the Vampires?
No, I was not.
I saw it on opening night. I wanted to be in it desperately, and then I saw it.
I did too. I did too.
And then I think I was glad I did
there
not.
for that. And like, it was like the most hype dance audition. It was killer. And then, you know,
but my shoes looked great.
They did look great.
Fabulous.
They looked great.
Randy Gonzalez and the shoes.
The shoes. Listen, I agree with what Phil said, and I just wanted you to like jump out at the screen. That screen for me, like the music was saying one thing, and I just wanted you to like go so much further. I think it became more about just the choreography than what story you were trying to tell. And I understand that you guys don't have a lot of time to work with this, but this is where you as actors, you have to start developing that muscle. So then when you're in an audition, you don't have to think about that. You can just go, because they're going to throw something at you and you have to make a choice. And you got to think of all those things, that doing all that homework as an actor of the what, when, how, all that. And that was just something for me. I just wanted more of that. I like the element at the end where the lights went up, but I wanted you also to play more with like at one point, someone turning the lights on and off and on and off, like a strobe thing or whatever. There was kind of like a manic feeling to the song. And I wanted to see that in your dancing. With that being said, there's always a line too that you can draw with that. But I just wanted you to go further, go way further with it.
Yeah. Dilise, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I second that. I felt like it was a bit safe, and as driving as this piece was, I felt like at the end you started to get into that swirl of manic, and that I felt it more towards the end. And of course you want to build it to that, but I just felt in the beginning it was really safe. And just like when you popped up into that split, and it's something about in the music, it says something about, did you hear that? Like, I just wanted to see more of that reaction. I wanted to see more through your face, and through your body. There was a couple points where you were running from stage right to stage left and stopping all of a sudden. I wanted to feel like you were trapped. I felt like you were going for it, but it wasn't quite reading in the beginning. Although you did get to a different fervor at the end of it, which was wonderful. So just go further. I agree with it with my colleagues. Great job.
I like that a lot, Dilise. I like that critique very much. All right, good work, Lily. Next up, our next dancer is keeping it low key.
Oh.
It's Bella Denton performing a self-choreographed piece to keep it low key. Here's Bella.
We'll make this go a little bit faster. Somebody wants to keep the key like a fan. We could be on the ground, I know we're not allowed, but in emergency, you get expertise with them. That call detector, don't affect her. You break my heart. You can trust me, that I won't see. So you help us find out to see. I will come on my side. I won't ever get all right. Take it down to the ground, low key, just keep it low key.
All right. I didn't feel like that was super low key. That was pretty high energy. What are your thoughts for Bella? We'll go back to Dilise.
Yeah, it was the juxtaposition of low key, I would say as well, Ben. But with that being said, I felt like you could have played the low key part so there was dynamics. So it can go fast and not furious. It was upbeat. It was very upbeat and it traveled laterally, which I liked. And I feel like this might just be the Fosse girl in me, but when we were traveling laterally, just that almost like a grapevine across the stage, I almost wanted it like you had I wanted to feel like you had a pot on your lid. So you just you just skimmed the floor. I just felt like it was a little up and down. I wanted some more groundedness in this solo, but great personality. I really enjoyed your smile and your sassiness that came through. But I just feel like it needs a little bit more. I want to see a little bit more of you. Which is, I guess, going back to just committing to the steps and not throwing things away. There was not enough follow through for me in some of the movement. But it was wonderful. I mean, it was a great solo on you. I just want to see you go a little bit further with it.
Tyler, I see you nodding. When Dilise says a little bit more follow through, what are we talking about for these?
I was trying to articulate what I was wanting to say, and follow through is exactly it, because there were movements in there with your lines where you'd hit this line and it just needed to go like an inch further with your body, or how long you would hold it, just hold it a second longer, just to add an element of surprise in there for the audience. So then it's not just kind of like, here, it goes like this. And I just, the thing is, you're a beautiful dancer. We're asking a lot of you guys, but on that, it's like, you've got it with a dance. You have to look at it. There's so many pieces to it. You've just got to do the homework with it, with dynamics, with space, with the movement, with how you're going to hit things, and just practice everything. So then it's just like a plethora of so many things. And I felt like what you're giving us was really, really good. I just wanted more. I wanted more follow through with the movement and the choreography, and with your personality too. We saw these great glimpses, but I just wanted more. I wanted more. And so moving forward, just do more with the work. Do more. But I mean, it's a lot of things. It's like being an actor. You have to do a lot of homework with it, and then you get on stage and you throw it away because the work is already there, and then you can just live. And this is the same thing. You've got to know the music inside and out, the choreography, how you want to paint all of it, and what your intention is. And so just go further with all that.
I like it. Phil, are you a more is more kind of person as well?
Of wanting, absolutely. As a dancer, I was definitely less. But I thought that you are a lovely dancer that really has a great stage presence. We have to realize, and I many times have to pull back and go, these are high school students. And so you really are so far ahead of the game. But you must realize too, that we would do you a disservice by taking down our critiques. We're giving you professional critiques because that's what we want you to be and aim for. So with that in mind, you have to realize that as soon as we see you, we draw a picture, and it's the whole picture. It's the photography, it's your placement on stage, it's your choice of music, it's your choreography. All of these things, your acting choices, we see all of these. So when you need to look at it as a whole, and when you're back far, we don't get the chance to see that drama. We don't get to see. There were things I wanted to see a close-up of you do a Chita Rivera. I wanted to see that Spanish flavor that was there. I saw glimpses of it, but I didn't see you bite that apple and chew on it. And that's what we're looking for. You've got the technique, you've got stage presence. As Tyler said, throw that away, bite that apple.
Bite it. Hey, I love that, Phil.
Oh, I did too.
Find your line and bite that apple. That's 95% of the job.
That's right.
Just ask Rochelle Rack, honey.
That's exactly.
Rochelle Rack.
Give a shout out to Rochelle Rack. All right. We're at our halfway mark. Our fifth contestant who made it through to the top 10 is Grayson Buchanan. She's dancing to Trying Too Hard, choreographed by Grayson Buchanan.
Oh.
Gotta be unique, but gotta blend it. Hide my inner geek and keep pretending. Gotta keep them laughing, though I'm only halving. Gotta put a show until I know they like me. Gotta be aloof, make a good impression. Gotta hide the proof of my self-expression. Never be revealing, gotta be appealing. Suddenly I'm feeling like I'm getting so small. Breaking into little pieces with the power. Then we gotta do whatever pleases till they let me in. So we try to be more than enough. Try to be strong and tough. Try to be so unique, but gotta blend in. Hide my inner geek and keep pretending. Gotta keep them laughing, though I'm only half-in. Gotta put a show on so they know they like me. Like me, not like me. But I know there's somebody like me.
All right, Grayson Buchanan. Let's start with Phil LaDuca. What are your thoughts for Grayson?
I liked the use of the space. I liked how you started from someplace and went on a journey. Now I'm going to, again, really hone in on things because that's what we're here for. Don't worry about moving on or getting awards or trophies or anything. It's all about how do I get better. We like to say that music moves us and that's why we dance. And as I watched you, I thought about something that I had said about Donna McKechnie, that Donna moves the music. I wanted you to own the music and the steps. And I felt like the music and the steps were taking you on the journey instead of the reverse, that you overlaid your dance onto the music rather than let it come from internally, and that it moved you. What was your intention? What was the reason you picked this music? Why did it resonate with you? And I felt again that I was watching a modern concert piece rather than someone telling me a story of where they're at, why this makes them happy, why it makes them confused. So more acting involved. Again, the technique is there. Get more into the acting, and I think you'll do much better with it. Keep going.
I love that. I'm going to put this to Tyler and Dilise because a lot of these numbers are self-choreographed by very young dancers, high school age dancers. What are some tips to bringing out your personality, your character with this fast a turnaround and move beyond just the steps?
I think for me, it's something that I would love for you to play with because there was so much choreography and you're a very talented choreographer, but there are moments where you can just be still and find those moments of just being still. I agree with Phil, and I wanted it to be more driven by your story than having to always be dancing and moving, because I want you just to like, how is this resonating with me? And then what does that mean? I want you to add an element of pedestrian into your choreography. I think that would be really, really helpful, especially with this, because oftentimes as choreographers and as dancers, we just got to jam pack it and you don't need it. Trust what the story is, trust what you're bringing to the table as an actor, and find those moments where it's just not, you don't have to dance, where it's about how you're feeling. That's just me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that the backstory is really important in this, Grayson, because, like me, the song says it all. So that desperation of trying to maybe fit into a group that doesn't, that shun you or whatever your story is, but make up something for yourself. So, there was at the very end when you raised up just in parallel and looked, I felt that desperation all of a sudden, but it was at the end. So just start from the very, very beginning and thread that story through. And I agree with Tyler, you don't have to dance as much. Make almost just half of what you did. You can make up a story for yourself to really mesh the song and your lovely dancing. So yes, I agree.
Great advice. And it's once again, a very mature concept to come to grips with as a dancer, to go, oh, sometimes my best moments are my least dancey moments.
Yes.
Yeah. I love it. All right.
I've got an acting moment for you, honey. Try it again. Try that, Grayson. To do the whole routine with your arms, your fingers interlocked behind you, and keep them there the entire dance and see what comes out of that. See what has to come out because you're not using your arms.
Mm-hmm.
A chilling challenge.
I like this.
I like that very much. All right. We're going to go back to keeping it low key now with Valeria Flores. Valeria is performing once again to keep it low key. This one is choreographed by Rebecca Vigna.
Keep it low key, keep it low key. Tracking that backtrack, keep it low key. Ask the team what you did, where's it all? Just keep it low key, keep it low key. You wanna help me out? I think I got the key. No, Dr. Don, I was playing in your last dozen. Lots of people replace me. I'm super stringent, new assistant who won't be chill like me. They won't let me walk the shit too. So if you help me, I'm the kid.
All right, that is Valeria Flores. Let's go to Dilise.
Yeah, Valeria, that was great. I love your personality. I love, love, love your personality. And I like your dynamic changes. I felt like the music would shift into kind of a Latin flair. And you all of a sudden, I felt like you were like taffy, like, and I just felt I felt you change with the music, which was really nice to see. I love dynamic changes as a music, like a musicality is so important to me. And I felt like you really listened to the music. I would say, if I was to give you a critique, stay right on the path you're on. And just, I would like to see a little bit more of your story that you're telling. I feel like your personality is really beautiful and I see the dynamic changes, but I feel like some of it's a bit uninformed. Mm-hmm. So, why are you doing a certain movement? Why are you looking over to the corner and reaching and giving a smile or a wink? Why? What is your story? And so instead of it just coming out of, I just felt like it was coming out of a little bit of uninformed place. But, at the same time, you could have fooled me because you're wonderful.
Villaduca.
A beautiful dancer, very captivating to watch. You really command the stage and draw attention. Valeria, the great Graciela Danielle used to tell us, when you do a long run of a show and you start to just kind of phone it in, do exercises like pick a color and say to one of the other cast members, see if you can guess my color tonight of what I'm dancing. And I thought of that as I watched you, because you were on the edge of blue, red, orange, and I wanted it to be deeper. And I wanted those to be so evident that you went from frozen to too darn hot. I wanted to see those elements, and especially those Latin elements of the salsa and merengue. It's all into the ground and down into the hips. And I wanted you to change those dynamics for when you were up in heels, which was fabulous. And then when you got down into the hips and the isolations and grind it. Again, wonderful stuff. We are being really nitpicky and just saying, give us more, because it's there and we'd love to see it.
I just think it's all such fantastic advice. Tyler Haynes, thoughts?
I agree with everything. I mean, the thing is, I really enjoy watching you, and you're just right on the brink of, like, I can't wait to see the next phase for you, because already you're offering up some things that are so sophisticated. And that's why we are being nitpicky about, like, we see your thoughts. I want your thoughts to be stronger. I want your reversals to be stronger. I want more of a sense of play from you. That is just, there's a spontaneity in the dance, in that dance, that I want to see a little more of. That's all. Like, it was just something for me that, like, I thought, well, everything you're serving, great. Now I just want to see you kind of like mess it all up and then see what happens. So then it's just like, it's just like we're watching everything discover for the first time, and you're discovering them for the first time. But it's all really, really good. And you're right on the verge of like really like settling into the next like phase, which is going to be awesome.
Agreed. Phasing up, leveling up.
Level up.
Speaking of up, next up is Raven Alanes, back with To Dance to Trying Too Hard in another self-choreographed performance. Please to enjoy, judges.
Gotta be unique, but gotta blend in. Hide my inner geek and keep pretending. Gotta keep 'em laughing, though I'm only half-in. Gotta put a show on till I know they like me. Gotta be aloof, make a good impression. Gotta hide the proof of my self-expression. Never be revealing, gotta be appealing. Suddenly I'm feeling like I'm getting so small. Breaking into little pieces, losing power, getting weaker. Gotta do whatever pleases, till they let me in. So we try to be more than enough. Trying to be strong and tough. Try to be something we're not. Try to fit a different flood. Proving we're bold without causing a fuss. We're trying so hard to be us. Will it ever be enough? Gotta be unique, but gotta blend in. Hide my inner geek and keep pretending. Gotta keep 'em laughing, though I'm only half-in. Gotta put a show until I know they like me. Like me, like me, not like me. But I know there's nobody like me.
All right, Raven. These songs are going to be stuck in my head. Phil LaDuca, what were your thoughts for Raven?
There is no one like you, Raven. So you just keep on that path. I'm going to pull my best Tyler Haynes here. That what we want to see is careful of over choreographing, because as a young choreographer, you think that's what the audience wants to see, and being afraid of stopping. As I always say, that sometimes the most dynamic moment and step in choreography is a pause, is a dead stop. And take that, it gives you time to breathe, it gives the audience time to breathe and to gather themselves, and then surprise us. The space, I felt that you let it confine you rather than use it. You could have gone right to the mirror and looked at yourself and done a little, was that me? Kind of thing. Use what you have. Don't let it box you in. You expand it out of whatever space you're in. A lovely dancer. Kudos choreographing at such a young age. Lovely steps. And I think we're going to see some more and more wonderful things out of you. Lovely.
Great. Tyler Haynes, give us your best Tyler Haynes.
Ooh. Oh, you want to see that? I really dug this. You did a couple things, and first of all, your quality of movement is beautiful. There was the first thing you did that I was like, oh, is you like brushed down your pigtails at the top, and there were a couple movements like that, especially how you buttoned and all that were so clever, and so, but just so like those like gestures for me are so important as characters, as actors. I wanted to see more of just that in your movement, because like that was so, you did that and I was like, oh, I really like that. And there was another one here and whatever. And those things that I think those moments, going back on what Phil was saying, find more of that, use your space more, stuff like that, that you're very clever. Like you found the fun in the end. And I think just keep going and exploring all those little things, because then it's just going to elevate your work and you to the next level. But I really dug it.
Dilise, do you dig it?
I dig it. I would say the same. I mean, I'm on the same page as you guys. I think that you are a beautiful dancer. I do believe it was a bit over choreographed, although I love the choreography. So just taking moments. I agree with Tyler. I love those little gestural moments, because it tells a story. When you have those moments of pausing and reflecting, or just more pedestrian type things that we all do, playing with our hair, like the moments of introspection. I want to, that's interesting for an audience. It's interesting for us. So I would just say go back through it and find those little moments that you can tell more of a story. You're a beautiful dancer, though, and I think if you take it back and start dissecting it a little bit more for yourself, we're going to see even more of your beautiful face. I think one little thing for me, I'm just such a stickler about this. I love to see the eyes focused in, and I felt like there was so much dancing going on and moving. I didn't ever see your eyes. So I want to see more of a connection through your eyes. That's just me personally, but you're a beautiful dancer.
They say they're the windows to your soul.
That's right. They do say that. And it's true.
It is true. All right. Next up, we have Samia Alarian. This week, Samia is dancing to Central Park's Puppy Love, another self-choreographed piece. Let's check out Puppy Love.
Hey there, Mr. So-and-so. You're just what I've been dreaming of. Stay there, promise you won't go. What we got here is more than puppy love. Sit, stay,
All right, that's Samia Alarian. Dilise, what are your thoughts?
Well, I love your joy. You have beautiful, beautiful personality, and I can see it through your dancing. I would say I really wanted, I mean, we're all, during this quarantine, we all have our own little spots that we feel comfortable dancing in. I wish I could have seen you dancing in a bigger space, just because I felt like we missed a bit of what you could have really taken this piece and traveled and used the full floor a bit more. So I felt like you were a bit boxed in because of your space. But I thought Puppy Love, I had that feeling to it. It had that lightness and that playfulness to it. I definitely think finding moments to, I keep going back to the storytelling, but it's just really what it's about. So instead of it just being playful and just one note, finding different shading it a little bit more. But great job.
Like it. Tyler Haynes.
I agree. This is a small thing, and I want all the dancers to just hear this real quick, because it's something for me that, like, it kind of, be aware in your environment. And this is something when you're in audition too, and if there's a chair in the room and it's standing there and you're singing behind the chair, you don't want things to upstage you. So there were items in the frame, like a yoga mat, like a whatever, that I think just get rid of that stuff. Because for me, I then focus on that, and that's kind of upstaging you. Just a little small thing. I felt your joy. I agree with Dilise. Just play with the different levels of that, because there's so many, like with love, any kind of love, there's so many stages of it that I think you can play with. And next time, I would agree, explore with, an environment, or with that environment you're in. I think you could have just played with it more. Like, I wanted you to come in through the window and like stuff like that. Just being creative. I don't know how high up that was, but but like, how can I use this space to help tell the story that's going to just make it more, bring the audience in. But great work. Great job.
Oh my gosh. If we have dancers crashing through 4-story windows next year, I'm not sure our insurance covers that. Phil LaDuca.
I really enjoy you as a performer. Just as soon as I see you, there's something about you that gives me a sense of this is going to be fun. And you have to, I'd encourage you very much, Samia, to realize, it took me many years to realize what the casting directors saw me as opposed to what I wanted to be. I wasn't 6 foot tall. I wasn't going to get the leading pirate king. So recognize who you are quickly, and you'll go faster, further in the business. I saw a very Carol Burnett, Deanne Cox, Vicki Lewis in you, that the comic element that I felt we all kind of want to ignore because we don't want to be laughed at kind of thing. We want to be the loved and, thought we're cool and that. But I see you as this wonderful, eccentric dancer, a Buddy Epson kind of scarecrow kind of thing, that if you would have played that and tripped over some of those mats or those things and fumbled, that's the kind of character that puppy love does those things to. You lose your footing, you lose where you're at. So acting in that, and think about comedy for you. Comedy tonight.
Absolutely. Like that very much. All right, my friends, we're up to number 9 of our top 10. And that number 9 spot goes to Ana Velasquez. Anna's dancing to Trying Too Hard, which is choreographed by Danielle Furman.
Clear my head and start fresh. Gotta be unique, but gotta blend in. Hide my inner geek and keep pretending. Gotta keep them laughing, though I'm only halving. Gotta put a show until I know they like me. Gotta be aloof, make a good impression. Gotta hide the proof of my self-expression. Never be revealing, gotta be appealing. Suddenly I'm feeling like I'm getting so small. Breaking into little pieces, losing power. Getting weaker, gotta do whatever pleases to be letting me in. So we try to be more than enough. Try to be so in touch. Try to be something we're not. Try to be a different class. Proving we're both without causing a fuss. We're trying so hard to be us. Gotta be unique, but gotta blend in. Hide my inner geek and keep pretending. Gotta keep laughing, don't only happen. So show until I know they like me. Like me, not like me. But I know there's nobody like me.
All right. Ana Velasquez, Tyler Haynes.
I don't know. You had me at the top. I thought your top was super strong. I thought you have a great body awareness, and I don't know. For me, I liked it. I know we shouldn't, but of the ones doing this was probably my favorite one, because I felt like there was a connection to it that got me. It got me, and I think you just have a lot of nice control, and I want you to just go further with that. I don't know. I went on that journey with you. That's just me, but I was like, it started and how it ended, I was like, huh. And you did a really beautiful triple turn into a illusion penché that was beautiful. It was beautiful. Great work.
Phil, did Ana have you at hello as well?
With those feet, yes. She had me at développé. The love the articulation. Thank you. You obviously the technique is there and it's wonderful. Control is nice to see. You, as Tyler was saying, you started from a place and you grew. I love that you used 3 dimensions: the air, the ground, the floor. That you gave us dimensions. You used the space. The one thing that I would encourage you to do is, when you did those moments of like me, no one likes me, and you did that hidden thing of no one accepts me. I'm not pretty or whatever. I love those moments because those were intimate moments that gave us a glimpse into you and to why you chose the music. And I wanted you to transition more into those great pirouettes, illusion layouts of, wait a minute, I am beautiful. This is who I am. So those moments of doubt, and then I don't need those shackles on me. So tie those acting moments more into those tricks and steps, and then I think you have a complete package there, because it's already showing us what you can do.
Excellent. Miss Croman.
Oh, so thank you.
Formal.
No. So I agree with Phil. I think that I agree with both Tyler and Phil. I love you. I think, Anna, you're such a beautiful dancer, and I loved the beginning, and I loved all the technique in the middle, and I loved the end. I felt like the beginning and end were your strongest points, and all the technique in the middle was so fabulous, but I feel like you could have tied in some of the acting with that technique. So I just felt like the little chunk in the middle was dissected in its own way, and you could have had moments of acting through the dance. So just, it's just, you're a beautiful actress and a beautiful dancer. I just think going a little bit further so it doesn't become a dance piece all of a sudden, because you had us so much with the acting and the storytelling in the beginning and the end. So just weaving it all together to make it cohesive. But Anna, you're just fabulous. I really enjoy your dancing and your expression. So thank you.
This all makes me very excited to see these dancers come in next week with all of this in their belts and see how they grow and evolve. I'm excited about it. And here we go. Our final contestant in our top 10. We'll be tapping it out to keep it low key. It's Zachary Doran. Zachary choreographed his own fancy footwork, so let's give him our eyes.
Keep it low key, keep it low key.
Zachary, rounding out our top 10 there. I'm excited to find out what happened there at the end, if that was part of it or not. It could definitely have been, I think. Philaduka, I was deeply feeling that groove. Were you?
The Zach attack is back.
Yeah.
Zach, stop it. Your feet are fabulous. Your technique is really excellent. I mean, really, really, I've been around some great tappers, and your sounds are really clean, very strong. You're very confident. I have to say, though, the purpose of this and moving on is that you take our critiques and we want to see what you do with them. And I distinctly remember, if I am correct, that my colleagues and myself had said, we want to, you're a fabulous hoofer and down. We want to see something different. Now, you did a fabulous job of taking this music and making a great number with it, but I didn't see any upper body change. Excuse me. I saw it once when you just hung over in a scarecrow and did just flaps. You know, it didn't need to be the riff walks and the triple, time steps and stuff. You just did a little simple thing. And it was the first time that I felt you got out of your feet and into your body. And I wanted so much more of that. I wanted you The technique is, forget it. You're fabulous. Let it go. Give us something we haven't seen, because that's what you're going to be faced with. You're going to go up against other fabulous tappers, though, that have épaulement, that have isolations in with the body, feet of work. So again, we're being tough because you need to hear it because you're that good. So keep working on it, my man. You're good.
Darn good. Dilys Croman.
Yes, darn good is right. Zachary, you're fantastic. Your sounds are so clear. So that is not easy, especially with all of the tapping that you just did. There was not one moment where I was like, oh, that was a bit messy. Your feet are on fire. You're great. I agree with Phil. I want to see a little bit more. I mean, just because there's a hoofing style, your style is more of a hoofer. But what I love to see when I see people hoofing, saying Savion Glover, for instance, there's that groundedness and that earthiness down here. But then all of a sudden he surprises us with like a nice, elegant thing all of a sudden up here from the waist up. So really start to play with that. Start dissecting yourself from the waist up and from the waist down, and see what you can play with, because you have an elegance to you. I can see this, and it's a playfulness, and your face is so wonderful, and I can see your personality coming out, little glimpses of that. But I want to see a little bit more. Surprise us. You're down here, but then all of a sudden, if you just, as you're traveling, you feel that the technique, that kind of Fred Astaire kind of thing. Try mixing it. Try playing with it. See what else comes out of you, because you have so much to offer. I think you can go even further and play around with it. Great job. Really
nice.
Great job.
Mr. Haynes.
Hey, everything they said, they already hit the nail on the head with it. For me, it was two things. You're excellent. For me, wanted your focus to be a little more up, because I felt like there were few moments where it was up, and I get how you were getting into it and whatever, but I just wanted you to get into it and let us in on it. Instead of keeping it down, I would do the reversal. I would pick the moments, be specific with the moments you're going to keep it down and keep everything else up. Because if you're in a theater, you have to deliver it to like a house and a mezz. And if you're down here, you're totally cutting everybody off from letting you in, letting them into your journey, your dance. And so that was something for me. The other thing, it's very small, but it's not. And I'm glad that it happened. The end, when you button it, I know, don't stop what you're feeling, how you're feeling, till they say cut. I know we're not on a set right now, but it's pretty much like in an audition too. You gotta, before the music, your audition starts and then it ends once you leave. And so with that, it was just like, and done. Or just have them edit it out quicker. Just edit it quicker. But that's just it. Keep it going until it's like, and we're out, cut, whatever. But that's just something small, a little technical now.
A life hack, I think. All right, that's our top 10, my friends.
All right.
Pretty talented bunch, that's for darn sure. All right, we congratulate our top 10. Well done, dancers. All right. Next up, we're going to give our judges a look at our 3 awesome almost, people who very nearly made it into the top 10, and they're going to move one of those dancers forward by their judges' pick. So hang tight. We'll be back in a moment.
LaDuca Shoes was the next logical and needed step in the evolution of dance shoes. As the world's first flexible character shoe, LaDuca gives the dancer the ultimate freedom to soar and dance with total confidence, thanks to the innovative designs and old-world Italian artistry. Often replicated, never duplicated. The original, the best. LaDuca, the shoe that changed an industry forever, and dancers around the world are grateful for it.
All right, judges, here we go. Rapid fire. It's time to meet our awesome almost. These contestants, once again, they came very close to making the top 10, missed it by just that much, and you're going to save one of them in just a moment. So let's meet those awesome almost. First up, Carrie Erickson, dancing to keep it low key with choreography inspired by Kaylin Moody and Fabian Sanchez. Let's go, Carrie.
They won't let you walk the Shih Tzu, so will you help me find the key?
Es importante escuchar a la anciana porque el perro nos necesita.
Keep it low key. key, keep it low key. Keep the finder's fee, keep it low key. Take the dough, there you go, okie dokie. Just keep it low key, keep it low key. Keep it low key, keep it low key, keep it low key. Keep it low key, keep it low key.
I know what would make this go a little bit faster. Hi, can you help us out? This lady lost a key.
A key like in Spanish?
Maybe could be on the ground. I know we're not allowed, but in emergencies we need your expertise with the metal detector. Don't object her, you will break my heart. You can trust me, Daddy won't see. So will you help us find that key? Sí, no como más a Diane. Aún, pero que me necesita.
All right.
Sí.
Keep it low key, keep it low key. Hear a beat, make a peep, keep it low key. Take it down to the ground, hokey pokey. Just keep it low key, keep it low key.
Hi, Elwood.
Uh-oh.
Is that?
No, it's not.
What are you?
Nothing.
Okie dokie.
Keep it low key, keep it low key. Hear a boot, stop and snoop, keep it low key. Hear a song, hum along, karaoke. Just keep it low key, keep it low key. Just keep it low key, keep it low key.
All right, Carrie Erickson, I see you. Next up, we have Emma Sakato dancing to Middle of It All in a self-choreographed piece.
Another day of living in the middle of it all. Hey, don't poop there.
Another journey uptown on the 6 from City Hall. Salami, huh?
While buses leave with all the other boys and girls.
We go to the park to live among the squares.
We go to Central Park. It's the private place we share. It's normal that we live
Central Park, and I watch from over there. I'm, of course, your narrator, which is still your favorite part. Back in Central Park.
It's in the middle of the city.
Central Park.
And layout. Thank you, Emma Sakato. And finally, here's Kate Player dancing to Trying Too Hard in another self-choreographed piece. Take it away, Kate Player.
Gotta be unique, but gotta blend it. Hide my inner geek and keep pretending. Gotta keep them laughing, though I'm only having. Gotta put a show until I know they like me. Gotta be aloof, make a good impression. Gotta hide the proof of my self-expression. Never be revealing, gotta be appealing. Suddenly I'm feeling like I'm getting so breaking into little pieces, losing power. Can't think of gotta do whatever pleases till they let me in. So we try to be more than enough. Trying to be strong and tough. Trying to be something we're not. Trying to be a different kind. Proving we're both without causing a fuss. We're trying so hard to be us. We'll never be. Gotta be you, but gotta blend it. Hide my inner geek and keep pretending. Gotta keep them laughing, throw them on shine. Gotta put a show until I know they like me. Not like me. But I know there's nobody like me.
I like Kate Player, and I like a pelican painting. All right, judges, you have a lot to discuss. When we come back, our judges will let you know who they've decided to continue on to next week. Who will it be? Come back in just a moment.
We're gonna give it a whirl, and every little anything that's
dinner. Wait, what is that?
Hot dogs and macaroni.
Perfect. No notes.
We'll need new music and choreography.
Shake it, Helen. Yep, it's really great.
Oh, we'll see about that. When they find out what I've got cooking, they're gonna line up at Bitsy's soup kitchen for a handout, and I'll say, "Get away from my soup. It's made for me." Now I want soup. With these plans, I'll be able to buy Central Park. Want to see? There you go. Too fast? Here, take another look. Oh, too quick. Didn't see it? So sad.
Central Park, it's the private place we share. It's normal that we live here.
Is this a judged competition with points for style, points for required movements, and points for that extra undefinable something?
Time to let my hair down. Guess this is just the shape my hair is now.
Squirrel just nibbled my toe.
Mom advice? What's mom advice? Really good advice? Given for free?
We hit the mother load.
Scooch over. I'm getting in. Please don't be naked.
Put Drinky in Mouthy.
I'm freaking out. The lies will drown this family.
We're the best family ever, remember? And we're having fun. Say it.
We're having fun.
Good.
All right, our judges have had a very difficult conversation. And they've come up with a very interesting decision that Phil LaDuca is going to tell us about right now. Who is going forward next week, Phil?
Well, we felt that it would be twice as nice to have two of these lovely, fabulous dancers come along with us. Emma and Kate, we couldn't decide between both of you, so we're taking both of you with us.
Come on.
Show business, man. You never know what's going to happen. I think that's great. Congratulations to Emma and Kate and to all of our awesome almost and all of our top 10. You made it. Very, very exciting. All right. We'll be back next Thursday, August 5th at 8 p.m. to announce who's making it into the top 5. We're going to be at the top 5 already. Next week. It's happening so fast. Be sure to follow Broadway World on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to see when next round's voting opens to the public on Monday with a new theme, which I love. We're going to see how they apply these notes. And until then, you got to tune in to the awesome second season and the mid-season finale of Central Park on Apple TV+. That's what I'm doing tonight. I'm tuning in. You guys watch party?
Yeah, come on.
All right. I'll meet you in Central Park. That's it now. I'm your Broadway buddy, Ben Cameron. Thank you, Phil LaDuca, Dilys Crumman, and Tyler Haynes, and to our top 10 plus 2. We love you. Keep dancing. We'll see you next week.
All right.